Hello and welcome to IndusInd Bank presents Cheer for Greatness, and this time we're cheering for the Netherlands or New Zealand. I've got Anil Kumble and Dale Steyn with me. Anil, it's a great opportunity for New Zealand, I guess, to put more points on the board after that early win. Would they be eyeing themselves as outright favourites in this match?
Oh yes, of course. They've literally demolished England in the first game and got their net run rate really high. And they're playing Netherlands here, and then I think the next game is Bangladesh. So it's sort of try and line up those WWW before you start getting into that business end of the World Cup. So that's what New Zealand will be aiming for.
I was about to be like WWW something over there. That was very funny. Dale, we know the Dutch are a really good, plucky team, and they do the basics pretty well. I guess they're also now starting to see a few superstars emerge. Bastelida is one of them. You're kind of a veteran of the T20 league circuit. Do you think if he puts in one or two big performances, someone's going to sign him up?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think this World Cup, you could see a bunch of guys, you know. Rachin Ravinda already probably got a bunch of phone calls. I'm sure his agent's phone has been ringing off the hook. But yeah, it's a great opportunity. Every team is looking for somebody who can kind of bat, who can bowl. And Bastelida is one of those guys that you watch him bowl and you think, oh, okay, cool, he's playing for the Netherlands. This is kind of what he does. And he comes out and bats. Great technique, great temperament, bats well, takes the ball on when he wants to, is not fazed by pace, has a good memory of things that has happened in the past, is able to combat that. So yeah, he's a serious contender for teams that are looking for someone who can slot in as an all-rounder, especially, I say this with all the due respect, but as a bench player in the bigger teams like IPL, that if one of your players doesn't come up with injury or something like that, he can fit straight in, and you know you've got a quality player waiting on the wings.
It sounds like a great opportunity for the Dutch to really put a peg in the ground and for some of their big name players to stand out. And then, Dale, if they do, would you back them for a win or not quite yet?
Probably not quite yet, to be honest with you. The way that I watched New Zealand go about it the other night, they looked on the money, you know. And I think Netherlands kind of play a similar brand of cricket to New Zealand. You know, they don't leave any stone unturned. We talk about how good their fielding is. As is New Zealand, they don't bowl any no balls, they don't bowl any wides. All those basics are really, really covered. But New Zealand's also the kind of team that when they play against, and I say this again with respect to the Netherlands, the associate teams, it's never quite a close game. They end up always kind of beating them really well. Sometimes it's the other teams, your South Africas, that end up losing, maybe in India and England. But New Zealand, they just seem to have them covered, these lower ranked teams. So I think the Netherlands will have their hands full in this one. But like I said, as this tournament goes, like a little bit deeper, and they start to find their feet, they will potentially take someone down.
Yeah, and it's not just you who thinks that New Zealand will be just a little bit too clinical for the Dutch. We asked the fans, and we've got a comment from Rajesh Joshi, who agrees with you and says the Kiwis should get through easily here. While the men in orange have a good unit building, they lack the consistency to cause an upset against a solid New Zealand side. But as we say, keep an eye on the Netherlands through the rest of this tournament. We'll bring you all the action here on IndusInd Bank. Cheer for Greatness.